Hi, it's Ben and Joel again, talking about the next area of emotional intelligence in our 50 tips for uncertain times. Self-awareness, which we talked about previously, is the foundation for this next set of skills, which is self-management. You can't manage what you're not aware of. So Ben's going to start off by talking about the emotional aspects of managing your emotions.
So we start out with a very practical tip here with number 27 that says, count to 10 silently if you're in a difficult situation. Maybe you were told that when you were growing up. Somebody said, just stop and count to 10. Turns out there's some amazing brain science that backs up that idea. Because when we do have something that triggers our emotions, there's that fight, flight, or freeze response where chemicals and hormones are released into the brain, and it takes about 6 seconds for those chemicals and hormones to be reabsorbed by the brain, where we can deal with things on a more rational basis. So the old advice of count to 10 is actually pretty good, because even if you count fast, that's probably going to be at least 6 seconds and allow you to be a little more reasoned in your response. Likewise, we talk about the idea of practicing self-control in your self-talk, because sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, right? In terms of the negative self-talk that we might have going on inside our own heads. So we need to first deal with that from a self-management standpoint in order to be more effective in our interactions with others.
Tip number 29, I consider it to be the wellness tip. And we have 50 tips here. This one really is about health and wellness and well-being. And if you're in that field, then I hope you forgive us that we only have one real tip on this, but it's so important. You know, Ben just talked about self-control. We end up getting anxious, we ruminate, we have negative thoughts when we don't take care of ourselves. So this tip makes sure you're getting enough sleep, good nutrition, and other factors that keep your mind and body healthy and able to deal with the challenges you face. I cannot say enough about a daily regimen of exercise, of eating fruits and vegetables, of avoiding sugars, and everything we know that helps us to manage our emotions. In fact, not doing those things makes it more difficult to manage our emotions and causes us to feel negativity. So this is an essential tip, not just for this area on emotional intelligence, but for everything that allows us to be our best self at work. In fact, very quickly, all the research shows that a healthy employee is a productive employee.
So these wellness practices are absolutely essential and foundational as we talk about emotional intelligence. Tip 30 also talks about planning and organizing skills, that when we face difficult circumstances or other challenging times, it's a great idea to have a plan and to anticipate how you're going to respond to some of those challenges. So that wraps up our tips on self-management, and we look forward to seeing you in the next section as we continue to explore the skills of emotional intelligence.
Breathe deep.